And let's kind of jump around a little bit here. Start with C1. What's the top storyline from C1?
Well, can Aurora make it 62 games in a row and a third state title against a distinguished field where each of the teams has 20 or more wins? Now, some of that has come from some of the teams really playing down in class because of conference or geography. Uh, you expect the larger schools to win a majority of the time. But games I'm looking at, Auburn playing Pierce. Pierce is the reigning football champion. Ben Bramer, a very good sophomore. I think he's. Correct me if I'm wrong. Does he have a Nebraska offer already? Or they're looking at him strongly.
I can check while you talk the rest of the bracket.
Okay, then you got Omaha Concordia, first time qualifier, playing undefeated Milford. Both teams enjoying their most successful wins in school history. I think that's a good matchup. I like Milford there. And then you've got Kearney Catholic and Wayne meeting, and Adams Central and St. Paul. Both good matchups. I like Central Nebraska semifinal of Kearney Catholic and Adams Central. In the regular season, Kearney Catholic won that matchup 39-36. I look for Adams Central neutral court to reverse that, but when it's all said and done, I think it's Cam Binder, Daniel Ferrari, and Coach Jim Weeks bringing home a third consecutive state title for the Auburn Bulldogs.
Yeah, Benjamin Brommer for Pierce. He does have a Husker offer. Tight end last season, 6'5" guy, 44 catches, 747 yards, 10 touchdowns. So that's a talented dude for Pierce.
That's football coach Mark Bramer's son, and very talented athlete. People are saying, he reminds them of Matt Harrigan, who came out of Pierce and became a very good tight end for the Huskers. So this looks like could be the next one.
Let's jump across that all-page bracket sheet. What's the top storyline for D2?
For D2, how do I pick against the two teams in last year's finals? But I'm doing it with Humphrey St. Francis and Fall City Sacred Heart. I mean, those are perennials, but Mullen comes in from the Sandhills. There's more than golf in Mullen. And, the girls took third, and the boys are back at state. They draw Fall City Sacred Heart. I think Mullen wins that one, and then Wynot's beating St. Francis already this year, and I think they get the validation win in the first round. But the champions in D2 very well could be Lincoln Parkview Christian with only one loss. Good first round matchup with Quinn Johnson and Loomis. Quinn's the state's leading scorer in the tourney with 645 points. D2 is going to be better than normal, I think. I think you're going to see some scoring, especially if we get a St. Mary's Parkview semifinal. I think that one could be quite interesting.
Who's the player to watch for O'Neill St. Mary's?
Aiden Hedstrom's averaging in the 20s. St. Mary's lost, in sub-districts and came back to win its district, and that helps when you're the number one seed. Going into sub-districts, you're going to get the number 16 seed. Osceola is a team that is on the rise, made it to state this year. Tino Martinez with the Heartland Hoops tourneys already has lined up, the Bulldogs for one of his Heartland Hoops events next year. So, that's not a give me for St. Mary's by any means.
And then let's jump back to Class C, C2. What's the top storyline for that bracket?
Well, I'm expecting a rematch of last year's state final between Bancroft, Rosalie, Lions, Decatur, BRLD, and Grand Island Central Catholic. BRLD won it last year. Has some graduation losses. They still have Dylan Beitler and Lucas Vogt, but they're going to have to go against the GIC team that's a year older, Ding Jingmer and his brother Gil, inside. GICC is always going to have at least 6'7", 6'8" in the low post. And GICC, you break down their record: 1-1 against Class A. They're 5-0 against Class B. They're 6-3 against Class C1. They are steeled. They are tested. I think they handle Tri-County. I think they handle either Freeman or Harrington C coming across. And I think this year they've turned the tables on the Wolverines from Bancroft, Rosalie, Lyons, Decatur.
And let's finish up with D1. What are you looking out for there?
Well, Burwell, very talented athletes there. Hasn't won a state title this school year yet. They were very disappointed in football. Lost in overtime to Dundee County Stratton in a great matchup there. And then sixth in wrestling. That Burwell hasn't been to the state finals since 1961. I think they get there, and I think they beat a very good Humphrey Lindsay Holy family team that's tourney tested as well. Humphrey Lindsay Holy family could have to get past a North Platte St. Patrick's team that probably is one of the best teams in the West, regardless of class this year. And you've got Walt Hill back at state after a few years. Resball is alive and well. They're going to have to play a very physical Howells Dodge team that, again, their schedule may have given them a few more losses, but I think it's really helped them through the years when it comes to state tourney time.